Hey guys, welcome back to the channel Everyday Carry for the Everyday Guy. So as you can see, I'm way zoomed out because we've got another backpack review I'm doing today. Today I'm going to be reviewing my dedicated hiking pack, which is the Cannae Legion Daypack. So I generally go on like 1 day kind of hikes for a few hours. This isn't a pack set up for like a multiple day hike. This is just a pack for 3, 4, 5 hour hike. Nothing too intense. This is my dedicated hiking pack. I use it for nothing else but hiking. Cannae backpacks. If you don't know about backpacks, if you're unsure about wanting to buy a backpack, you will not ever go wrong with Cannae. They make some of the best backpacks I've ever come across. I have about 7 or 8 backpacks, and Cannae backpacks are spectacular. If you want to spend some cash on one, definitely look at Cannae. I'm going to link to where you can buy this no matter where you are in the country. We do have a few guys that bring them in. Travis, JP, BellMT are the main guys who import, I think, and then Cerberus Tactical also do Cannae. I'm maybe forgetting one or two, so I do apologize. I will link to all of them and you can see who's got stock, that type of thing. But Cannae bags are, in my opinion, some of the best in the world, especially when it comes to value for money. So it's definitely worth looking at if you're wanting to get a new backpack. So let's have a look at this one. Like I said, my hiking pack, and this is probably the first time I'm going to show you a med kit. My last video I said I would, and then I didn't, where I reviewed my bug out bag. So in this video I'm going to show you my full med kit that I keep in this bag, and you can see if it's something you like or don't like. Maybe I should add something, maybe I should take something out of it. You know, get in contact, comment below, like, share, do all those cool things. It really helps me out. Let's get into the back. So guys, as with my last video about backpacks, you're not going to see a lot of my face. You're only going to see the backpack in this video, and towards the end I'll talk to you and you'll see a bit more of my face. If you want to see a bit more of my face, you've got problems. Let's get to it. This is actually quite cool because I actually have this backpack set up for hike. I'm going hiking tomorrow. Let's start off as always on the outside. I'll start off with the shoulder straps. So on this one here, I've got a paracord bracelet, compass, fire starter, whistle, and then on this side I've got a Sharpie pen. Sharpies are ultra cool. If you want something, it'll pretty much write permanently on anything. You want a Sharpie pen. Very, very useful, especially in emergency conditions. You can literally write on someone's forehead and it'll stay there for a while. I've tested it, it works. And then also in the webbing, I have the Olight S2R Baton 2. Always useful to have a flashlight no matter where you are going, when you are going there. If for whatever reason I misplace my EDC flashlight, which is the S1R Baton 2, I've got a backup, and it just fits absolutely perfectly inside the webbing alongside the Sharpie pen. And then on the chest strap, firstly, this clip here is also a whistle, which does work. That's very useful for emergency situations. Very nice clip as well. I've also got some pepper spray. Hiking in Cape Town, South Africa, you know, sometimes you're taking a risk. Better safe than sorry. I hope to never have to use that, but if I have to use it, at least I have a non-lethal deterrent to anyone who potentially has bad intentions. Also, these straps, you can sort of unclip them from the lower part of the backpack. So if the backpack is heavy and tight and you just want to take it off by unclipping it, you can absolutely do that. And then inside here we have the waist straps. The waist straps are also nice and padded. I carry in the appendix position, so I never use the waist straps. What's nice about this is you can tuck them away. The waist strap just sort of messes with my drawer when I am carrying in the appendix position. So even if I have a backpack where you can't tuck the waist straps away, I will either cut it off or I will roll them up and just tuck them into the side. This is quite nice because you can actually tuck it into the backpack itself, which is quite cool. So there you have it tucked away, and you also don't really feel it. This padding at the back is so nice. It's actually quite thick and it's got nice channels for breathability. So very, very cool, very well thought out by Cannae. Really nice. Coming around to the side. So this is not a med kit, contrary to popular belief. Everyone sees a pouch on the side of the bag and think it's a med kit. This is actually a pack for goodies, you know. So we've got some energy bars, we've got some, you saw this last week, it's called droewors in South Africa, rice sausage in English, and then we've got some fruit and nuts and just like little snacks to have on your hike, which is very useful. The reason I have it here and on the outside is because every time someone wants a bite, I don't want to have to go into my bag. I can literally say, you know, just grab something out of the side. Also, what you kind of can't see over here is there's actually a bottle holder sleeve In here as well, I use this to hold my mechanic's glove. It's also multicam, so it just works out perfectly. Gloves, I've actually only used this once, but I'm really happy I did have it when I had to use it. We were on a hike and we decided to move a log, and the log was like splintery and things like that. And I don't know, maybe I have soft girl hands, I don't know what the situation is. But having the gloves was really, really useful. So since then, this sort of lives on the bag, and I think it looks quite cool as well. Inside this water carrier sleeve, inside that water carrier sleeve is also a knife. You can see this guy has been through the mill with me. Believe it or not, I actually started a fire using those magnesium flints with this knife. So no matter what happens, this knife will stay with me forever. It's kind of like that dog that just doesn't quit. Really jacked up, really messed up, peeling. Blade isn't even that good, but it's just been with me forever, and it's not going anywhere. It's like an old friend. Obviously also, guys, you've got compression straps here. It's good to compress your bag so you don't have things bouncing around in your pack while you move. That can become very irritating, especially if you're covering large distances. So use your compression straps, and they can be like rolled up quite nicely, which I really like, because I don't like a lot of excess things hanging off the side of my bag. So that's cool, well thought out by Cannae. On the other side, so this is exactly what's on the other side in terms of that sleeve. This holds my water bottle. Kind of have this with me wherever I go. Got the Range Brothers and LLOD sticker on there. Pretty much don't go anywhere without water. What I do like about the Cannae backpack, you'll see in a second, is you can compress it, but it doesn't affect the zipper pulls. So you can still open this bag while it's compressed. That's a very, very cool feature, because some bags have the zippers going through the compression area or the compression enclosure. So in order to open it, you have to basically open up your compression straps, and then you can only zip the bag, or unzip the bag, sorry. So that's a very cool feature. I really like that about the Cannae Legion backpack. Over here, believe it or not, this does work. A lot of people ask me, does this pouch really work? I've had my shades in here since I got it, and they are in perfect condition. I always carry a spare set of shades when I do go on a hike, whatever the case may be. So I keep the shades in this little sunglass holder, and it really, really does protect your shades, even when this bag is in the boot, chucked around with other things chucked on top of it. I don't know how it does it. It's slightly hardened, but it just does a really good job. So don't be too concerned about your shades if you do put them in there. And then obviously we've got an American and South African gear patch. I just think it looks legend in that like sort of sepia tone with a bag. It just looks perfect, in my opinion. Gives it a really cool look. So that's the outside of the bag, and then let's get into the inside. Just before we go to the inside, guys, also on the outside you've got 4 rows of molly webbing and another D-ring. You've also got a D-ring on top over here. This is a grab handle. I think this is like a hanging hook type thing, so you could hang your bag if you want to, but this is a really nice rubberized grab handle. Very cool, very well thought out. Really, really high quality YKK waterproof zips we've got going on here, and basically this is your utility pouch. So I will have my car keys connected over here for when I try to keep as little things in my car keys as possible, but I do have essentials that I have to keep on there. Car keys on this little connection, little hook type deal. Inside this first pocket, I've got some bug repellent as well as some sunscreen, and then in the second pocket right next to it, I've got a camo boonie hat. This is store-bought. It's not South African military camouflage. It's 100% legal to wear at present. And then also in here, I've got some paracord rolled up. Then a bit lower down, you've also got the zip area over here. Okay, so inside here, I don't keep anything. That's just an open area for me to put whatever I want to. Maybe someone else wants to keep their keys or whatever the case may be inside here. I will tuck it in there for him. Remember, as EDCs, we are often the ones who have to carry the load for others who don't. Got a nice mesh utility pouch here, or utility pocket. Inside, I keep wet wipes. I often hike with my girlfriend. If you hike with a girl, you know you are going to need some wet wipes. And then also in here is a small bag. I've Ranger rolled this bag, so I'm not going to unroll it. And like putting things like dirt, effectively your paper wrappers and things like that. If someone else doesn't have a place to store their dirt, just putting it in here until you get to the end of the hiking, chuck it away properly. Don't litter, you know, keep our environment cool. And then also in here, I have some hand sanitizer. So the wet wipes I will generally, or my girlfriend will generally want to use if she goes to the ladies. The bathroom ablutions aren't too clean on hiking trails, so that's for that. And then this is to wash your hands afterwards. You don't want to waste what you have. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much what I keep in this sort of convenience compartment on the bag. It is in front, so anyone can pretty much reach in there and grab what they want. So I'm not too concerned, not too vitally important major deals inside there. Inside the main compartment is where we get to the more important stuff. So the main compartment, and one of the things that I do keep in the main compartment is space. I like the ability to have space to put extra things in. But what's so cool about this compartment is check out these zips, right? You sort of zip them down to sort of just there, and then this flaps open. And now you have hand access to this main compartment. It stays closed, okay? It doesn't like open up. So you can take out whatever's in here, fiddle with it, look down in there, and you're good to go. But if you want to extend it further, and I'll show you a little bit later on, you just give it a tug. I'll show you what I mean. So in here, I have one of these K-Way jackets. These are those puffer kind of jackets, and they fold up like literally this small. How cool. It's like it was just made for that to go in there. If the weather turns, Cape Town weather's all 4 seasons in one day, so I do like to have a jacket with me. And so even if my girlfriend gets a bit cold, I can offer her this jacket, and this sort of lives in here. I don't really wear it in any other situation. But very cool, very small jacket, and it's a full proper puffer jacket. I'll see if later on I'll take it out and show you. You know what, I might as well just do that now. So what happens is, let's take this out, and you've literally got a full-on decent sized jacket good to go. So very, very cool jacket, very worthwhile to have, costs about $1,000, get it. And then inside here, we also have what is vitally important, medical gear. So this is gonna be the first time ever on the channel that I show you what's in a medical kit of mine. This little piece of paper over here is an instruction manual for how to use a CAT or CAT tourniquet, which is also in here. That might save your life, and also not everyone knows how to use one of these things. So if you do need to use it, you can literally say, there's instructions on the front of the bag, use it, save my life, etc., etc. These pouches are not available, unfortunately. They were custom made for me. I'll see if they are going to be made sort of commercially and hook you guys up if you are interested. YKK zip, which goes all around, metal zip, so it won't pretty much never break. Open this up, and that is what my medical kit effectively looks like. So a lot of this gear was given to me by Mark at Immediate Action Medical. I really, really do appreciate him giving me this. I actually just ordered the tourniquet, and he sent me basically a full stop the bleed first aid kit. So this is their basic kit. So I really, really do appreciate it. Thanks so much, Mark. I will leave a link down in the video description if you want to speak to him. He's doing great works with his Stop the Bleed courses. If you are able to do one of those, definitely try to do that. Inside here, so this side, I'm not going to go into too much detail. We've got some tablets here. These are headache tablets, and these are antihistamines. Inside here, we've got things like plasters, burn gel, that type deal. Very basic medical things. And then inside here, we've got a full Stop the Bleed kit. I've also got a light in here. You've also got a tourniquet in there, which is very important. Get yourself a good tourniquet. You can't keep a tourniquet on forever, guys. It's very important you understand that these things will start to cause damage if you leave them on for too long. This is why I don't talk about medical gear, because I don't want to influence people. But this is effectively the medical kit inside my hiking pack. So hiking pack goes inside. Now what's really cool, if you do want to, you can just basically pull this down and the bag will open up. Let me get rid of that. You've got basically compression straps over here for if you want to tuck anything inside the bag, you can compress it so it's not bouncing around. Inside this back compartment, you're going to be shocked when I show you what this is. I carry an iPad. The reason for this is quite simple. It replaces any kind of map you might have. Today's signal coverage with cellular phones is really, really good. Similarly with iPads, I always have a Wi-Fi router on me. That gives me the ability to orientate myself to pretty much wherever I am. I'll be able to find my location. I can send an email, I can keep walking, I can say, listen, I'm lost. It's just a very useful thing to have. It also gives the bag nice structure, which I like. As you see, it keeps the pack nice and vertical and solid against my back. Use that, don't use it. I'm not saying you must carry one. I just carry one. That's a really old iPad. I don't use it for anything but maps and in emergency situations. That's just my little bit of craziness inside this bag. I know there are going to be people who are saying, why on earth are you carrying that in a hiking bag? That's the reason. Inside this little pocket of you, you've got another little mesh utility pocket. I carry a very small pair of binoculars. I like binoculars. I don't know if I'm the only one, but like going hiking and being able to look through these, it just gives me so much pleasure to be able to see further than what my eye can see. So small pair of binoculars. I use this a lot on hikes, so it's not a wasted piece of gear. And then, so inside here, this is one of those Loctite waterproof bags. And then inside here, I have various chargers and charging cables for my phone, my tablet as well as my Wi-Fi router so I can keep those charged. I get about 1.5 charges out of all of this from the little charger that's in here, and then obviously the cable as well are also in there. And also with this bag, pretty much whenever I start the hike, I say, hey guys, is there anybody who wants me to put something in a waterproof bag just in case? And there's always someone who says, hey, can you please keep my cell phone in there? Can you please keep this or that in there? And so again, EDCers are always those people who are ready for other people who aren't prepared. And then one last thing I do want to show you is this quite cool option over here. So firstly, this is a concealed carry compartment. It's the only compartment that has zips that have like these lockable loops. You can put like a lock through there, and as you peel this back, it comes halfway down. You can have your concealed carry firearm in there. Now admittedly, this particular universal holster is one made by Condor, which is kind of sacrilege, but unfortunately when I bought this pack there were no Cannae universal holsters in stock. It's obviously empty and safe as always. If I were to retrieve this, I'd be coming around the other side of the firearm, or of the backpack, sorry. So guys, this is the Cannae Legion EDC backpack. I do also want to add, I don't really cover things like materials, the Cadora material is made out of. If you want to check that out, obviously you can check on their website. I will link to their website in the video description below. One last thing, the padding, guys, is super comfortable, super thick. This is the most comfortable backpack I own. More comfortable than my EDC backpack, more comfortable than my bug out bag, more comfortable than any bag I own. This is the most comfortable backpack I've owned, and probably the most comfortable backpack I've ever carried. So Cannae, pretty much premium backpacks. I know guys like 511 might have something to say about that, but I don't have a 511 backpack, so at this juncture with the things I've looked at, Cannae are really up there, and their price points are very good. This is the multicam version of this bag. Is slightly more expensive. I think it's around 2,100 Rand. You do get different colors and they are a bit more cheaper by like 200 or 300 bucks. But if you are in the market for a backpack, a utility backpack, a hiking backpack, you should definitely give this guy a look. It's a spectacular backpack, really well made, really well thought out, very cool. So that's it guys. I'll see you guys soon. Have a good week. Cheers. God bless.